What's up, everybody? Welcome to Motivation with an Edge, presents Raising My Daughter in This Fucked Up World, Part 12, Victim versus Victimhood. So, first of all, my daughter, she just turned 11 last week, and man, for all you parents, this is just, as they say, it's just flying by, and see, we went indoor skydiving and seen her, her little body floating in the air. It was fun. We had a good time, and it's just another blessing, another year, and it's awesome. So, this particular topic is very interesting to me. It's one I've always wanted to talk about, but I didn't know how to talk. Not I didn't know how to talk about. I was, I guess, waiting for the right time. I hear a lot of, in life. I think being a victim or playing the victim is different because victim, as a parent, it's so important that we preserve it. I mean, we know women, people victim shame and all that stuff. Like, it's the most important job to protect especially our vulnerable daughters from the heinous shit of the world. That's why my daughter's in martial arts. My daughter needs to prevent herself from being a victim. Now, what I'm talking about here, referring to, is the victimhood, the woe is me shit, the world life is so tough. And it's weird, I started like thinking about it, evaluating it. And I talk a lot about, to my daughter and to myself and to anyone who will listen, about the human ego, the male ego, lack of accountability, always turning. Natural respect is to turn on someone else, or turn the blame somewhere else. It seems somehow the same social default comes with playing the victim. Like, we're always looking for sympathy. You ever talk to somebody how things are going? You know, it's not really how it's going. It's like, oh, it's just a tough time, and I'm going through a tough time. It's like, you have a job, you live in, like how tough is your tough time? And again, it's not about me to relatively speak of that, but I have a daughter to raise. And I don't really appreciate how people are so woe is me, considering what's going on in the world and how in Canada we have a little bit more, opportunity for a better life. So when it comes to my daughter, it's like, I have to always make sure she understands, like, I'm here for her 100%. But I've been raised her since she was a kid not to complain, not to bitch, not to whine, but to be honest. So if something's going on with you, if something's happening, just like all of our friends and family, of course, speak up. But I don't want it to become a habit that your default is to tell people what's wrong. What's wrong? People say, well, it's venting, it's this. Like, I don't believe that at all. I believe things are coming out in either human nature way, which is not always a good thing, by default, looking for sympathy, looking for whatever, or the understanding of oneself, what's worth speaking of, what's actually a problem versus what you are trying to get sympathy from. Perfect example, I remember, like, it was years back when I was still in my emotional immaturity, and I remember mentioning to my mom, like, I felt packed back into a corner. I remember saying, oh, I'm a single father. My mom, bless her heart, called my ass out. And then I was like, I'm so embarrassed. Like, I think that's probably the last time I quote unquote played the victim. It was embarrassing. Not because my mom called me out, because I actually saw myself when I wasn't being emotional. And it was gross. The victim, like the victims. I'm walking around looking for fucking diapers or food for my daughter. I have family around, all this stuff. It's like, I'm not even the primary caregiver. I'm a single father. Bitch shit. But it seems like it's very, very pervasive in society, people looking for the problem. So when I talk to my daughter, my beautiful child, which this is all about, I say, look, first of all, I've told her a lot of years that we're Palestinian. The fact that you're not getting bombed, the fact that you're not fucking in a vulnerable life, we're already ahead of the curve in that regard. But your life is not about what's wrong, it's about what you have opportunity to make right. Now, we have all the different ways to talk about this, but I don't want my daughter to be a victim. I don't want my daughter to be always looking to vent her problems if they're not really problems, but the seeking of attention, which I think most people are, unfortunately. So for my child, life is beautiful, life is fair, because there is no fairness illustrated to us, so we take it as it is. So thank you so much for your time. Please understand, being a victim is something we all got to take seriously. Victimhood is some pussy shit that people got to get over. That's your time. Please like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned for part 13. Bye-bye.